She's a coming. That sun's a coming up full bore. Gonna get hot today, heat index pushing 100 degrees. And we got chickens. We got some tips to help you keep your chickens cool and comfortable in this weather. Let's get into it. One of the absolute most important things you can do for your chickens, year-round really, but especially in the heat, is provide them with lots of fresh, cool, clean drinking water. Now we have the CoopWorks water silo here that holds, I believe, 8 gallons of water. And it's got the nipples they drink out of. And that works okay as a backup this time of year, but I like it better in milder or even cooler, colder weather. The reason I don't like the nipple style drinkers in hot weather is because they got to peck on them with their beak to get just a little bit of water out. Chickens and turkeys especially, they love to be able to dunk their whole face into a water pan, really submerge their beak. Not only do they get a bigger drink of water that way, but it helps them cool down by being able to dunk their beak into the water. So I always like to give them a big water trough. Now you can get these plastic dishes from Tractor Supply or your local farm store for probably $5 or $6. They're not very expensive. They hold several gallons of water, which will easily see your chickens through a day. And if you really want to go the extra mile, dump some ice in with it in the mornings. Keep it cold just a little extra longer. Another great refreshing treat to give your chickens in really hot weather is watermelon. Bucky's gonna crap himself because he loves watermelon that much. Do we need this machete to cut the watermelon? Absolutely not. But it's really fun. Whoosh-ah! Ooh, that was really terrible. There we go. There you go, Bucky. These chickens will easily deplete this watermelon within just a couple hours this morning. And watermelon is just naturally cool. It's very wet, refreshing. They just really love it. Now, probably the next most important thing to keeping your chickens hydrated with water is providing them with shade. Now, obviously, we got a lot of trees here on the pretend farm, and it's kind of common sense that shade is going to come from trees, but maybe you don't have any, and you're sitting there going, how do I give my chickens good shade when I don't have any trees? Well, we got some ideas here for you. Our coop being elevated just by design is going to allow the chickens a gathering place to get under that's going to be shaded all afternoon. As you can see, our coop sets probably about 4 feet off the ground. The chickens can get under there and they will cluster under the coop in the hot afternoons. So maybe you're in the planning stages, you're thinking about building another coop. I'd recommend elevating that coop off the ground. It gives chickens shelter from rain, sun. It's worked out really good. If you don't have a nice elevated shelter for your chickens to go under, you can always build them one. Here's a simple little 4-legged wooden structure that we built with a tin roof for our bunny rabbits to go under. It doesn't have to be pretty or fancy. You can even tack up a tarp on 4 posts or string it off the side of your run. Anything that allows the chickens to get under that's going to provide them with shade. And yes, bunnies overheat in the summer too. Whole nother video, whole nother subject. How would you like to have all that fur when it's 100 degrees out? Not me. Having good ventilation for your coop is an absolute must. That's why we've got the boards spaced so far apart, basically on the whole top half of our coop. It gives them just a little bit of ventilation to help, especially if there's a breeze. Now, depending on how long this heat lasts, we might even put a box fan in the chicken coop and just run an extension cord out here to power a fan for them, keep a draft going through across them on the roost at night. We have done that before during heat waves. You know, everybody worries about their chickens when it's really cold out and they think, boy, how do those things survive? The truth is, your chickens can stay comfortable in cold temperatures, even down well below freezing. they can stay comfortable and regulate their body temperature much better than they can in the summer when you get heat like this. You know, a chicken runs, I think, around 110 or 112 degrees anyway. They just have naturally a lot warmer body temperature than we people do. And they can puff their feathers up and kind of act as like a bubble to trap that heat in and stay warm in the winter. So chickens, they actually prefer temperatures in like the mid 50s, very low 60s is their most desirable range. And as you get colder from there down into the 30s, 40s, 20s, they're fine. They can regulate. No problems at all. They'll be perfectly comfortable. But when chickens overheat and you see them panting, they're going around, they're hot, they've got their feathers out. You'll see them hold their wings out. That's another sign your chicken is really warm. They're trying to let all the heat escape that they can. Sometimes Pretend Farmer walks around like this. That means Pretend Farmer is letting all the heat escape he can, but there ain't but so much you can do. The truth is, if I take off any more clothing, YouTube is going to ban this video for nudity. So I've done everything I can do, and it just, you know, I'm still hot and sweaty, but like my chickens, you know, you can only stay but so comfortable in this weather. That's why you give them these accommodations. Just do the best you can to get them through it. Till next time, this is the Pretend Farmer going back to hibernating the air conditioning. We're signing out.